How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution video. Before we get too far in, I do want to address one thing. In yesterday's video I said that there's a 42 dinosaur limit, and I really did misphrase that, and I made it seem like there was 42 dinosaurs maximum you can have on each island, and I want to correct that. It's not what I was trying to say. I mean, it is what I said, but it's not what I meant to say. There's 42 confirmed dinosaurs so far that we know of. You know, kinds of dinosaurs, genomes of dinosaurs. So that's what I meant by that. So, and there's going to be upwards of, 50 or however much, these numbers are being thrown out there. So whatever, let's just go ahead and put that to rest real quick. You seen the thumbnail, guys? So like for that, you can comment whenever you feel like commenting. There's not really much to comment on. It's really just a discussion. So I just kind of want to hear your feedback, and so you guys can let me know, what maybe I missed as far as management goes. Subscribe if you're new and smack that notification bell. It is of the utmost importance. Very important. Very, very, very important. Can't stress it enough. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So park management. Here's the thing. There's going to be so much that goes into this. It's going to spend, you're going to have a lot of time in park management. There's going to be a very heavy emphasis on park management. Now, for those of you who aren't that much into the park management aspect of the game, and you just kind of want to just create and build to your heart's content, let's hope that there is, at least on PC, a button that you press that gives you unlimited cash. Maybe there's a mod that comes out with it or something like that, a cheat code, something. So hopefully you guys will be able to do that. You won't even have to worry about money. Money won't be an issue unless you just want to play through the game, and if you play through the game, management will be huge. Now, like for example, for dinosaurs, you're really going to have to be managing dinosaurs, and you'll be managing dinosaurs even before a dinosaur is incubated, right? You have to have at least 50% of a genome before you can incubate a baby dinosaur and make it into an adolescent and, release it into its enclosure. Now, whenever you start to modify this genome, you can increase like defense, you can increase attack and, health and stuff like that. And the more you modify the genome, the more important the dinosaur will be. It'll grow, it'll get stronger, it'll be more of a recognizable feature in your park. You'll have, a T-Rex that'll be your Rexy. People will be able to look at that Rex and be like, that's the iconic Rex of this park. We already know that, thanks to Riot, that they scar and they'll age, the dinosaurs will, so if they get in battles, whichever one survives will scar and age. And then on top of modifying the genome already, we can make some really large and really intensive dinosaurs that have a whole bunch of different, heightened defense and heightened speed and stuff like that. And that's where you're making your own hybrid, per se. And I think that's really cool. It's a really excellent feature of the game. But the thing is, you're only going to be able to have so many dinosaurs. We don't know the exact number yet, but so many dinosaurs in your park. And are you going to spend all the money on each one of these dinosaurs, or do you want to take, a few and build them up with their genome and make them the most badass dinosaur in your park and make them the main attraction, and all the other ones be minor things in your park? You see what I'm saying? So how will you guys do that? How will you guys go about, modifying the genome, and which dinosaurs will you increase the attack of or the defense of and stuff like that? I kind of, if I have like a whole herbivore enclosure, I think it'd be kind of cool to just have some really cool badass herbivores. And if you do the Dinosaur Fight Club thing, it'd be really cool if you have some really badass herbivores who could really stand up to any kind of carnivore, you know what I mean, and actually do some damage to it. So that's really cool, and all that stems from management. So if you want to get the most out of this game, you're going to have to manage. There's not just money, not just personnel. There's dig sites. You're going to try to get more dig sites. There's so much more, because if you don't get the dig sites, you're not going to be able to get the other genomes to complete. Let's say you want this just random Struthiomimus to have more defense, right? Okay, well, you're going to have to do a little work for that. It's not just going to come to you naturally. And you also want to create the most realistic dinosaur. So you're going to want to at least complete the genome to 100%, and then once you start modifying that, sky's the limit. You know, we don't know how much will change. We know that there's going to be some different skin colors, some different stuff like that. But with the park management and the growth of the dinosaurs being directly connected and intertwined like that, they're really going to be playing onto each other pretty hard. So you're really going to have to like keep an eye on that, especially if you want to go through the game textbook wise. Now, I kind of also have been wondering, at what point, you know, where are you going to put certain things in your park, certain attractions, that one T-Rex we was talking about, who's the most badass, the most well recognized, you know, in your park. Are you going to put him at the very furthest part of your park, or people want to take a monorail to get to him? Do you want them to look at everything else and get as much money out of them as you can as they're going towards some of the bigger attractions at the far end of your park? Because, you know, at the end of the day, it is a business, and businesses are designed to make money. And if you're not making money because all of your coolest dinosaurs are at the very beginning of the park, and you have one or two guests lingering in the rest of the park looking at some of the hadrosaurs and stuff like that, it's like, well, are you really making money? Because they're just going to, you know, get the most bang for their buck and get out, and then they're not really being as satisfied because they're seeing all of the scary stuff early on and all the really cool stuff early on, and they don't really have to see anything else, right? So they come all the way to this island, and they get to see everything cool on the first day. Will that mess up your park rating? Will guests, you know, be less excited to come to your park? Or will they be, you know, too scared? If you have too many carnivores too close in the area, will, you know, guests not want to go that area? Or will it have like a high danger zone of fences in danger of being, you know, damaged and stuff like that? So there's a lot of stuff that might interplay as far as park management goes, and that's not even discussing the money, right? So you're going to have to manage your personnel, you're going to have to manage your buildings, manage your funds, and you don't want to have, you know, too many hatcheries onto, you know, your 19 enclosures you have on your park, right? Because each hatchery is going to cost money to even place, and then money to maintain, and then personnel to upkeep it. So why wouldn't you just have a hatchery like we explained in the hatchery problems video, that, you know, you can just build your little fence and have like a little small corral where the dinosaur enters, and then you can, you know, tranquil and move them to a different site on your park. So there's a lot that really is going to go into the park management aspect of this game, and Frontier has said that they really want to put an emphasis on park management because a lot of other games, including their own Planet Coaster, didn't really have a huge emphasis on park management. You had to, you know, kind of just increase the salaries of certain workers and make sure that they were happy. You know, I'm sure that's going to be an element of Jurassic World. Like people, like I'm sure that certain people who keep being assigned to the scary T-Rex pen when that T-Rex keeps breaking out, eventually they're going to quit. They're not going to want to do it. They're not going to be satisfied with their job. Their job's going to be in jeopardy, and then they're going to have to be paid more to do that job because it is more dangerous. So, like, I mean, I'm sure that's going to be an aspect, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go a lot deeper than that. So much deeper than that. There's a lot more that they've included, and everything kind of intertwines. I mean, life really finds a way, and it's your job to keep it from finding a way, right? So what does that mean? That means you're going to have to use every ounce of your studious ability to maintain and to keep track of all these different numbers. And I know that sounds daunting, but if you're going for realism, you're going to need that. You really will need that. Now, if Frontier's smart, they'll put I guess like a route in the game where you don't have to do that, and you can have, you know, as much money as possible and loans and stuff like that. But if you really want it to be realistic, it could get pretty rough. And then let's say you're low on funds and you're trying to barely make ends meet, and some of your fast food joints you had to close down in the park, right? And then so now you're losing money, and not as many guests are coming because you didn't really set your park up right, and you know the guest satisfaction is going down, and people are leaving, you know, like, and workers are quitting because they're not paid enough for, you know, the dangerous kinds of jobs they're doing, and then a tornado comes and just rips your park a new one. Well, that might be game over. You might go bankrupt. You might not be able to bounce back from that, right? So I think it's really cool just to kind of analyze like all this and really unpack it and really see what's going on with park management in Jurassic World and how they all kind of intertwine with the dinosaurs. Because it's not really just about the dinosaurs. It's how you keep the dinosaurs enclosed while making sure they're happy and fulfilled, and doing the same for your guests. and as soon as they get out, you know what happens. And that's going to be fun, and that's going to be, you know, cool for a little while. But when you have to keep restarting the game and keep restarting a park just because your dinosaurs keep getting out, eventually you're going to want to go the right path and do it realistically. So who knows, right? It's going to be like super cool just to see how all that plays out whenever the game does come out. That's really all I got for you guys today. Park management. If there's anything I missed, please head down the comment section and let me know. If there's anything that you guys think that, you know, might be included within park management, especially as how the park relates to the dinosaurs, hey, head down that comment section and let me know. Please like and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys like always, and I'll see you in the next one.